Imagine casting your ballot today, only to discover that its mathematical weight depends entirely on your zip code. Soon, the value of a citizen's vote will shift radically based simply on where they live. The central government is drafting a plan to reorganize parliamentary representation. They want to draw new electoral boundaries using data from the 2011 census. This chart shows the proposed lower house expansion. The 543-member baseline pushes up to a 850-seat ceiling. The internal distribution is skewed. Booming northern states like Uttar Pradesh see a massive representation surge, while southern states face severe proportional shrinking. This is an active geographic transfer of political power from one half of the country to the other. Why exactly are southern states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu slated to lose their proportional voice? Over the past few decades, these states successfully curbed population growth. They poured resources into health and education, hitting national development targets ahead of schedule. But national seat distribution operates on a strict mathematical formula tied directly to population size. Having fewer citizens inherently leaves a state with fewer representatives in parliament. Regional leaders are looking at this demographic calculation and arguing that their successful governance is being turned against them. By complying with national directives, these states engineered their own political disadvantage. It operates as a strict performance penalty. The central government actually saw this demographic disparity coming decades ago. It centers on the Delimitation Commission, legally mandated to redraw parliamentary boundaries when new census data arrives. To delay the fallout, the 84th Amendment in 2001 completely froze seat allocations using 1971 population figures, setting the timer until 2026. The freeze gave states the legal cover they needed to implement aggressive population control measures, without worrying that dropping birth rates would immediately cost them federal representation. That protective window is closing. The critical 2026 deadline is approaching, and the decades-long freeze is about to expire. 50 years of deferred policy decisions are crashing into an unavoidable political deadline. The unfreezing triggers a direct collision between two core constitutional principles, democracy and federalism. The democratic argument relies on Article 82. Representation must reflect population for one man, one vote, granting the North more seats. Conversely, the Federalist counterargument prioritizes state autonomy, demanding proportional influence for all regions, even those with deliberately smaller populations. Adding to the pressure is the Women's Reservation Bill. It legally requires a 33% female representation quota to be implemented precisely during this new delimitation process. Both sides of the debate are perfectly aligned with fundamental rights. There is no simple legal victor, resulting in a strict constitutional deadlock. Failing to resolve this crisis risks turning India's demographic dividend into a demographic disaster, driven by deep regional alienation. Finding a way out requires structural solutions that can balance raw democratic representation with federalist protections. One proposal is to reform the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of parliament. Guaranteeing equal representation for all states in this chamber would shield minority regions from being completely overridden by demographic majorities. Another concept is performance weightage. This system would grant increased electoral or fiscal leverage to states that successfully hit national social development targets. The test of a modern democracy lies in adapting its institutions to new demographic realities without breaking the foundational unity of the federation.